back to KHAYALAMI, the latest and greatest F1 radio show here on Opulence Radio. I am Lufefe, better known as the F1 vlogger. I'm not alone today. I'm here with my co-host, who is not in shot here on TikTok, Tlhologelo maker of peace, Lewis Hamilton Tlhologelo Makgopa. That is 10 out of 10.
That is 10 bucks, yeah.
And of course, as we have told you earlier in the show, we have not one but two special guests from Messe Frankfurt. I couldn't pronounce it correctly before, like 5 minutes ago, she said, because I said Messe Frankfurt. Messe Frankfurt, who are the organizers of the Festival of Motoring, the largest motoring festival on the continent, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes, so the show director and the COO are here with us today. First, we're going to talk to the show director, Mrs. Judy Maharaj. Where's the horn?
I can play it, you won't hear it.
Welcome to KHAYALAMI, Judy. How are you doing?
Great, and thank you. We finally made it to your studio, your podcast studio. Thank you.
Shout out to you. Thank you for coming. I was actually looking at your old poster because it needed to be edited.
Yes.
She was supposed to come here on the 3rd of September.
Of September, yeah.
So this is 2 months and 2 days later, but the way we were determined to have her here, because you guys may not know this, but she is got all the information that you need when it comes to motorsports locally and globally. So first, let's talk about your journey. When did you embark on this journey of motorsports? I mean, it's not exactly for women, as they say.
Definitely not for women. I had to fight for my seat at the table. I started back in '94 at the Kyalami racetrack. The Automobile Association had just bought the racetrack and had started the motorsport division. So I started as a race secretariat and part of the organizing team. We put together all the Superbike Grand Prix, A1 Grand Prix, all the national events that took place at the circuit. That was what we were part of, all the organizing team for that. And my journey went on for 12 years. And then I became the general manager of Kyalami, the racetrack.
Is that a fact?
Yes, that's a fact.
Wow.
and then I was part of the Vodacom team.
Okay.
We had the Power Tour series that was going on. We were organizing that. So the skill set of organizing a race event, race rules, regulations, SRs, what's needed in terms of competitors, qualifying, working with Motorsports South Africa, I'm steeped in that. And that went on for, I'm going to give away my age, but for about, about 20 years.
Whatever your age is.
Yeah, we can give it, so 20 years. And then for about 7 years, I was involved with social enterprises, civil society organizations, trying to make the world a better place. And then together with that, I was with my husband with our racing team. My husband engineered a team for Sassel and the BMW, part of the GTC.
Who's your husband?
Okay.
So let's go with his question first.
Okay, my husband is Vic Maharaj. And,
the new CEO of Motorsports SA.
Yes, and
now that's also a horn moment.
Yeah, so we both.
Not on it today.
It's my show.
Please move the camera.
So, just 2 quick questions.
Yes.
So, a race secretariat.
Secretariat.
Yeah, what does that do?
So you have to ensure that all the competitors have the necessary license, and then they follow all the rules and regulations. So we call it documentation.
Okay.
Is done prior to racing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So and then only once they've completed that, have the necessary licenses, paperwork, all the documents in order, then they qualify. You give them the stamp of approval. Then only they get onto the racetrack.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you are the gatekeeper, guys.
The gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yes. And then motorsport is it's like any other sport. It's governed, there's rules, there's regulations. You too know about it. I don't have to tell you. And then the circuit rules, regulations, the venue, putting a motorsport event together, marshals, medics, scrutineers, all of that.
And then my second question, when you were in charge of Kyalami, the racetrack,
Yes.
obviously there was other events besides motorsport.
Yes.
How is that different, for example, when they're doing DSTV Delicious?
Yes.
How is the approach different from that to actual planning an actual race weekend?
It's different because the rules are different and the participation is different, exhibition is different. The clients that come on board for those type of events want different things.
Sure,
Motorsport, remember, the focus is on that challenge.
sure.
Very competitive. What goes down on the track is key. But with the other parts of it, what happens on the circuit is, it's all different. Like festival. It's all different needs. You're seeing to different needs. You're seeing to different
When she says
stakeholders.
festival, girl, she means motorist
So-
because to her it's the only festival.
The only festival. The only festival. It is the only festival. And it's different stakeholders. And as you can see with festival, it's so diverse. There's not one market segment. We cater to so many market segments.
Sure.
And we have to keep so many people happy. But the two key stakeholders is the consumer in this country and then the automotive exhibitors.
Sure.
I'm talking back festival now.
Yeah, no, I'm with
Yeah.
you, I'm with
and
you
then
still.
motorsport, it's about sponsors, what they get, the buck for value.
Sure.
And also when they come on board, the exposure, the brand. I mean, obviously, you know, if I'm not going to mention names, but for the brands that race, it's reputation damage. If you do not do well, if you have an accident that you're negligent or your driver doesn't perform as well as you do, it's all your Formula
Stroll.
One stuff. And so it's a momentum with motorsport and the brand that's
Okay,
put out.
and then my last question.
You said two.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking now, and I still want to give her enough time to share the rest of her story.
Yes.
So, why isn't it we haven't had? Okay, let me say I haven't been to an event in Kyalami where people are, should I say, there are people displaying on the track itself.
Yes.
Why don't we do that?
Why would you want to even put a dent in that track or scratch it or hurt it in any way except when the car goes?
Fair enough. No,
Thank you.
fair enough.
I
No,
rest
no.
my case.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
multi-purpose area.
It's not. It's definitely not.
fine.
It's
No,
got
on
its,
purpose.
it's got its purpose, and you have to stick to it. I mean, you know, with festival motoring, for example, the super bikes going out on the track. We have to ensure that that track is on point for the bikes. So you cannot have a vehicle that's going to drop oil or a spillage. Even we don't even fly helicopters on the chance that a pebble ends up on the track.
For real? Is that
Yes.
why we don't have helicopters?
Well, we don't for that reason. Because
Oh, okay.
of activity, you can't have that. So the track, it has a purpose. We stick to it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So in depth.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
before we carry on with your story, amazing story if I do say so myself. Let's talk about before 94.
Yeah.
How did you make the decision to embark into motorsports to become the Secretariat of Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit?
I think the question you're trying to get to. Yeah. How were you like in high school?
So let me,
Yeah, because it takes some balls.
I was head girl of my school, if you
Oh,
want
okay.
to know
Yeah.
that.
Shout out one time.
But the funny story is I went to art school. I'm a qualified textile designer. And when I came up to Johannesburg,
Yes, China.
yeah, I was looking for a temp job, and I got this temp job with the
Coming from Durbs.
from Durbs, from Tongat.
Oh, okay, really?
Where they
Yeah.
make the sugar?
Sugar cane.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm impressed. You know that.
I travel, my friend.
And I ended up at the Automobile Association capturing receipts. And in those days, the Automobile Association had these little shops all over the country.
They were very
So
big
I was literally capturing these receipts. And then that was downtown in Braamfontein. And the opportunity came up. I heard them chatting. The Automobile Association bought the racetrack. And who would like to go work there? And I put my hand up. And
So it's because you couldn't find work in the textile industry.
correct. And 94, we had very different opportunities. If I think of someone who's going to complete a textile design qualification now, there's more opportunities.
Yes.
And even when I was studying that, I mean, who in Tongat did textile design? I mean, really. But I completed art. It's also, I'm a qualified artist, and I chose art to matric. So all those things, right? But the point is, when I did choose to enter the racetrack,
look on his face.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about, she's always been a trailblazer, so you've just always been against the grain.
That's
Yeah.
bars, mate.
and to top it all, and I have to tell you this, that I've written a thesis on SMMEs in motorsport in this country, and that was for my MBA, which I completed when I was just before 7 years ago.
Can we wait?
So I'm
Can you see
giving.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Listen here.
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way.
The reason I'm saying this is not, it's not a show off. The reason I'm saying this is that
what it is.
the sky, even the sky, she does. Even the sky is not your limit. And we can go so much further. We take our passion and you just up it every year. You can go a level more. I was involved in motorsport for over 25 years, and I thought I should write a thesis about it. Because as a woman, look, my husband and I started at motorsport at the same time.
Okay.
He was noticed. I was noticed for putting on events.
It's a man's world.
Yes, I was noticed for putting on events. But he's my greatest supporter. And he would always say to me, you can do better, go write your thesis, go do your MBA. So that's what it's about.
Supportive.
Yes. And when I joined Messe Frankfurt, it was with all this that I thought, let me take festival motoring to the next level. And that's what Blissful and the team, and that's what we do every year. Because, as I'm saying, the sky is not our limit. We can just go. So with all this that we have in us, as we get older, we grow, we develop, but whatever our passion is, we need to squeeze every bit of juice and make magic.
You're going to make me cry.
Yeah.
Cry because motorsport, for me, it's a sport. If everyone says like, oh, what about it, whatever, it's a special kind of sport. The drivers, the families that are involved, the sponsors, it's so much of guts, and so much of glory, but so much of heartache. You can go 3 years without even winning a championship, but you'll persevere. And
Lewis, 22 to 24.
Exactly. So that's my journey from textile designer to motorsport to Kyalami and then to Festival of Motoring.
You forgot the thesis part.
And
the thesis there in the journey there.
Masters in business administration.
Yeah.
Yo, that's wild, Judy. Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And we give back. All the Blissful has now been part of it also. I've been a mentorship on the Mandela Washington the Foundation and also on the Pakama Women's Academy. And this year we took 25 of the graduates, third year students, and we put them through a program, and they also come on board with Festival, and they get their credits through Festival Motoring. But I've been part of the program now for 5 years. And a lot of young women today, they may be watching. One of them is working at BMW, and she was my mentee, my first
Name
mentee.
drop. Who
Name
is
drop.
she?
Jabu, you know you there.
Jabu who?
Jabu Lile, she knows it.
We're gonna
She's
find
a
her.
beautiful girl, and she took the opportunity, and she was my first mentee.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So what else haven't you done, Judy? 'Cause there's a lot you've done.
Question.
I think the right question to ask is, what haven't you done?
Yes.
Listen, there's so much more we got to do, and I don't want to say, but next year we're going to do more fun stuff and more hardcore stuff at Festival. Surprises in store, but our dates are confirmed: 29 to 31 August, and we're already lining up. We got a great lineup. We'll introduce it January, February. We'll tell the fans of the brands.
Sure.
Out one time.
Yes.
Shish.
Yeah, no comment, my leader. It was a mouthful, mate.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk Festival of Motoring then.
Yes.
Yes. When did you get involved? What was it called before? Because I know that it had another name, no?
Yeah,
It was called Gyms, no?
Correct.
It's called Gyms, yeah.
Yeah, it was Gyms. This was the 7th edition, and we're going on to the 8th edition next year.
So 7th meaning started 2018?
2017.
Okay,
No,
so
I think even
went-
before, with Jim's was before, from 2016.
No, I'm talking as FOM.
Yes, 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
So I went to the second one then, and
Yeah.
I've been to every single one
Oh,
since.
great.
Yeah.
Good. I remember when we also met you post-COVID.
Yes.
Because I joined in 2020. The country went into shutdown.
Yes.
We didn't have an event for 2 years.
Yes.
And then we resumed in 22.
22.
Yeah, so June masks were taken off because remember there was no public events. We couldn't do that. And June masks went off, and in August we had the event. So in 22 we had 10 brands on board.
I remember 22.
Yeah.
If we're being honest with you, we were not very happy in 22.
We know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be said.
True.
But this year, last year, oh my days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have leveled up leaps and bounds.
I think
We did.
I think this year and last year we were one of the first to arrive and the last to leave.
Yes.
Correct. Because 22, 23 you joined us full force with,
Yes, with
the
Michelin,
Michelin team.
yes.
And then this year you were part of our festival in the hospitality.
Mama made it.
One step at a time.
Yes. And it's been a
Yes,
beautiful journey even for
yes,
Motorzar
yes.
to witness you guys doing your thing
Yes.
and also now to become part of it.
Yes, looking forward to the next one. And the thing with festival is, and that's what we say to all the participants, our exhibitors and the automotive brands, is that we are actually promoting how your consumer will feel. We sell emotions, we sell feelings, but most important, we sell forever memories. And that's what festival is about. Who does not love the automobile? So for the love of the automobile, this is what we do. Once a year, we bring it. We build Johannesburg Festival, the only festival of this kind.
Do you know why we keep looking at each other?
Why? You're crying.
No,
Cry.
we always say things like that. You know, we get abstract about cars, about motorsports
Yes.
and all that. Because it's like, I think one of the lines we once agreed upon is, you know, a car is not just a car. Like, you use your car every day.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't like it, sometimes it doesn't like you, sometimes it goes wrong, but it's literally a part of your day. And it goes and this conversation came about because we were talking about people who don't like or aren't interested in
Yeah.
cars. Once you start understanding the importance of the car in itself or racing in itself, you start realizing the significance of you just having a car. It's no longer a means from A to
Yeah.
B. It's how you feel. It's what you think about your
Yes.
car. It's about what you think about yourself. And
You
so
even give it a name.
you even give it a name. I mean, I've
Exactly.
named all my cars. And, yeah. I mean, so it's quite nice when someone sees it as abstract.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think nice. What was-
Nice.
A packet of chips is nice.
Okay, let me say, it provides me peace of mind that there's someone who can see motorsports and cars as abstract as we do.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's special, man. Like, I mean, you know, you take a kid who's seen a Lamborghini or an Aston Martin
Yeah.
on a 007 movie, and then you take him to a SA Festival of Motoring, I think it was in 2019, and the DB9's there, or the Vanquish is there, and then he's there. It's right there. And then he goes home, he sees it on the news, and says, Mommy, I was there. So it's all these things then start building this car culture that we need to start embracing in SA. So to me, it's always so abstract. What do you mean you don't like your car? Like, why did you buy it then?
So I'm motorsport, he's cars.
Yes. And it's a perfect blend of festival. And
Yes.
you see what you're saying is that young child that sees the car at festival, it's also about aspiration. And when he's 30, he's going to remember he saw the Lamborghini Revuelto at the 2022
She knows how
Festival
to
of
pronounce
Motoring.
it, bro.
Yes.
I don't.
I've actually got a story. About SA Festival. I think it was 2019 when the skinny jeans, when the colored skinny jeans were still in. So I wore those. Yeah, I had bright blue.
Oh, the stonewash.
Yeah. The stonewash, bright blue skinny jeans with Vans on, and well, I was always this tall. I think after matric, but like I had like the croppest crop top.
And you still had
Yeah.
hair like me.
And I still had a full hairline. And the first time I think I stood next to a Bentley Mulsanne
Yes.
was at the SA Festival watching at the parking
There we
lot.
go.
And I was just like, no, fair.
You should
You
pinch
see?
yourself.
Yeah, like, and then
Yes.
there's more of those experiences where now you find the guys, the street crew guys.
Yes.
You have, what's this guy's name? I keep showboat cars with the
Yes.
Ford STs.
Yeah.
You've got the
Moray.
guys. Like, that to me, it's always been, yeah.
Bruv,
I'm trying to behave.
Yeah.
bruv, I remember the first time I saw an F12 when you speak about emotions and the car. So I had seen it in a magazine or somewhere on the internet. Then 3 weeks later, I'm in PE in Blue Water Bay. There it is. I'm like, no, man. This car just came out into the market. There's no way. I waited 15 minutes for the owner of that car because I wanted to know, who are you? And is this really an F12? And it had a personalized number plate. Turned out it was Celso Scribanti.
Oh.
Father to
The Scribanti.
Franco and
Franco,
Silvio.
Sure.
yeah.
Yes. And
See.
he's like, yeah, I'm like, oh, so what do you do, mate? He speaks Xhosa again. He used to speak Xhosa,
Yeah.
may his soul rest in peace. He passed on earlier
Sure.
this year. He's like, yeah, hey, mfundini, yeah, ufuneka sebenze. I'm like, yeah, fair. And then I'm like, so what work do you do? And he's like, road construction. So me, you may not know this, I'm a quantity surveyor. So at that time, I was fully immersed into the construction industry. I'm like, oh, really? What's the name of your company? And he's like, Scribanti. And I was like, oh, it makes sense why you're driving this car then. Let it go, mate. Away. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
So the way I felt that emotion, even my first car, I had a Ford Focus ST. So I used to work in PE. This is long before the F12 story. And we were building the new Cerebos Salts factory.
Sure.
At Kucha. So, you know, you work like in caravans or whatever, park homes. So I had a picture like of the electric orange Ford Focus ST on my wall, earning 1,200 per fortnight, something like that. And I was like, it's still far, but I'm gonna get it. Then maybe a year later, I moved to Joburg, whatever, got the car. Then I went, the day I got it, I drove straight to Eastern Cape, drove it all around East London. It was, that weekend felt like a week, the way I went everywhere. Yeah, so my boss from Grenada, Sivum Chuta, he was actually in East London that weekend for his friend's bachelor's. He's like, I'm here in East London. I'm like, Fede, I'm going to come see you. I didn't tell him once I got this car.
Yeah.
Then I parked it. He started crying, mate.
Oh.
He's like, it's not about whatever the car. It's the fact that you had it on your wall.
And then now it's
You're behind the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? That realization. So that's the
it.
emotion
That's
that goes
it.
into motoring
Yeah.
and how it can affect you when you are immersed into it. People.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you. Anyway, enough with our stories and the stonewashed jeans.
Yeah, that's how you started.
Yes. Okay, so Festival of Motoring.
Yeah.
Yes, 7 years. 22, you had your challenges.
Yeah.
Then.
And sorry, what was the attendance like? In 22, the first one back.
It wasn't, I mean, it was surprisingly, we had made our numbers. We had, I'm going to guess now, we were on about 22,000. And then, then
You should
20.
know your numbers.
Yeah, you should know your numbers.
Yeah, I always tell him this.
No, I know. I'm speaking to someone else here.
Oh.
Not anyone here in the studio.
And then we went to 26,000, and then this year we on 29,041 visitors. So our numbers are just growing.
Jeez.
And this year, I mean, you always have other challenges. Like this year, there was the rugby, and people couldn't make it, or another event, another part of the city.
Springboks were playing.
Yes.
Correct.
Remember we watched it as well. A bit of
Yes, but even with that, we had 29,041 visitors.
And what's the capacity? How many tickets would you like to sell ideally?
What's the
Well,
ceiling?
we prepare. We prepared for, even if we went up to 60,000 or 50,000.
Can Kyalami house that many people?
You can, because
told
it's
you,
the different
mates.
days. It's 3 different days.
Sure.
So you could.
So in a single day, how many
Yes.
people can it house? About 60K?
Yeah, no, in a single day, you could, but I think obviously, you know, there's parking challenges. and all
Oh,
that.
yes.
So you ideally you aim for like 25 or 20,000 a day.
For a smooth operation.
yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
So you're hitting the ceiling, Mus.
We're hitting the ceiling over 3 days, but we're
Somebody
trying
wants
to
a double
build
story.
more. Yeah, I told you. The sky, we're going beyond the sky. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and you'll see, because of the experiences, every area has more experiences. This year we introduced an experience center where we had the Lamborghinis Trofeos. Then we had we teamed up with the race day events and the BMW car
more
club.
about cars than I do.
Yeah. So we sold more experiences this year.
Yes, fully. Wow.
Yes.
We had a proper time this
Good.
year.
The Red Bull edition also.
And you saw I went.
Yes.
I
And
went
also-
all 3 days.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
And
Good.
also-
Yes.
And also, I want to
I
comment.
couldn't get enough. When I had to leave to go to the other Patron watch
Sure.
party, I was so sad, bro.
Because that's the plan, is for people to come for all 3 days. And we have a special, which is a weekend pass, which is much cheaper rate
Sure.
than your day tickets.
Sure. But I just wanted to say, ever since I've started attending SA Festival Motoring, Volvo has never disappointed on these stands.
No, absolutely.
No, Volvo's delicious, man.
Yeah.
Also, mate, I see Volvo. The brands that you had this year.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I was like,
yeah.
now they've leveled up.
Yeah.
You know?
VW brought a showcase.
Yes.
Yeah, and like our loyal brands like Suzuki, the Cherry brand, Mahindra did beautiful things. Now we have the upper pits as well. Yeah, so we had some great showrooms. Yeah, it was lovely. I'm looking at Bliss.
No, I'm
See
still
all
crying
the
about the
other-
Volvo. No, I'm still crying.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Volvo
go-
does an
you
amazing
can say.
thing. And at the food court,
Yeah?
the Volvo, the House of Volvo, it's always there.
No, this time, no, it was Volvo. Volvo this time was
Yes,
also
by the
upstairs.
staircase.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always
That's
looks
their
clean.
position.
Yeah.
That's where they always are.
Sure.
And Red Bull had that nice pause area as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll come back on the show
Okay.
in 4 months.
Okay.
Please
And
do.
then we'll announce our other surprises. You're going to love it. That's all I'm going to say.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
okay.
you're going to love it. Yeah.
All right.
Any more questions, Mayekiso?
No, but is there anything else you want to tell us?
Closing
No,
statements.
we encourage the young women out there to come to us because we are skilled with the motorsport, the brands, events, and we push for because now also it's in August, it's in the Women in Motoring story going on. So if you have
It's
like
also
how
Women's
with,
Month.
so with Fueling the Future, how they came into the corporate suites, use the Festival of Motoring platform to push your passion.
Check there.
We are driven. You're getting goose. Oh, this thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
really?
I
Really?
remember.
Really? Because the one time I don't wear mine, you have to flex yours? Really?
I always
Really?
mine. Shout out Fueling the Future for those of you who can
So is there a link or a page where we can take these girls that want to be part of the motoring space, specifically to you and the SA Festival of Motoring
Yes,
crew?
well, you
Bruv,
can
she
go to our
takes all the
website.
calls herself.
Yeah.
The contact, I'm like, I would never do that. I don't know how you do it.
We do it, us, Bliss. And even my phone's there. Bliss answers. Alex, our marketing manager, also
Alex
grabs
Langman.
Alex Langman.
Langman.
Yes.
Shout out Alex.
He's there, he's watching.
Also amazing.
He's
eh?
amazing.
Jeez, shout out
We have
to
such
you,
an
Alex.
amazing team. We're a small team, but it's so amazing. Our head of operations, Byron, this is mentor, also amazing. We have a great team. And
Yes, you do. I
yeah,
agree.
we do, and we're a small
Efficient.
team, so efficient, and we pull off this event just by sticking together, supporting each other, and we just do things to a point of we bring our own style.
Sure.
We want to do it right, but we want to wow our visitors and our participants.
You wowed us the last
Okay.
2 years. I'm
You
not
wowed
gonna lie. And that's why I can even talk about 2022,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
and the challenges we faced. We ended up even leaving early. I was like,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like how it did 2018, 2019. But we were back for more
Yeah.
in 2023 because we are also deeply immersed. And looking at the brands that you had on board, you know, with the Michelin Premier Suite, I think that was
Yes.
amazing. The menu curated by Wandile Mabaso.
Yeah,
The
that
Red
was
Bull brothers
beautiful.
as well on the drifting.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to our boss man, Michael Den. He's so
At least I could
supportive.
pronounce his name.
Yes, pronounce it, Michael Den. And Michael's so supportive, even with all our creative ideas, great ideas, gives us the freedom to bring it to life. And so,
In the perfect world.
yeah.
And who's the other Michael who was there in 2023? You said he was from Messe Frankfurt in
Sure.
Frankfurt.
Oh, Michael Johannes. That's our
Johannes.
other big boss.
Yes.
So amazing, so supportive. So see, we're grateful for the team we got, because we won't be able to achieve what we do each year. Our game gets better and better. Yeah, like
Facts.
motorsport, you got to
Facts.
be.
Ne?
Yeah, you have to upgrade.
Yes.
Upgrade constantly.
All the time.
Constantly.
All the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
not. I'm enough with information.
Okay, I'm going to be done now. I'm going to stop talking.
No.
No,
If
you
you've
don't
got
have to
closing
talk.
remarks, if you got,
Like,
please give us
the
your...
way you answering. Like,
Yeah.
you leave us with no questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but you can give us a closing statement if you want.
Yes,
Take
and
your
talk
time.
about your next event. Of course, you can't reveal much. You
Yeah.
already said you have nice surprises for us. So I'm there.
I just
like-
hope it includes that bomber. It includes that bomber.
They even have nice merch, eh?
Yeah, we have a
We're trying
merchandise
to score
store.
it.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's another thing I wanted to add. This year when you guys included the merch store right
Yes,
there, but
yes.
oh,
GP.
Right
Yes. Yes.
it's the little things. It's
Yes.
it's the little things.
High
Yes.
impact, blood. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's the little. Cause
Yes.
I remember the first time the first time I went there with
With me,
Lufefe, yeah.
2022.
And
Chloe and
Urkel.
King.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went down to see the Brothers Drift, and then we walked into I forgot what you call it, but where the viewing deck is, that floor.
Yes.
Went there, and then there was just gaming
It's
rigs.
actually called the viewing deck.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's called that.
Funny. And then there was the driving decks and a few other stuff. And then we saw someone wearing. I think that time you guys were wearing white shirts. I'm not sure. And then I was like too fluffy. I was like, you know what would be dope if they actually sold the merch here.
So now I'm fluffy to you too. Lol.
You have many names, my friend.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, it would be actually dope if they could actually sell these shirts. And then, Lord and behold, 2 years later, I walk in and there's the merch. And I was like,
Yes.
yo. And it's everything. It's the sweaters, it's the caps. Yonke.
We even had cooler boxes this year.
What? I didn't see the cooler
Water
boxes.
bottles, lunch
I
bags,
have
whole
this.
strategy. Yes.
I have this.
We'll bring you more stuff.
No one likes to show off. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite song so that Lulu can round it off with it? If he has it.
Huh?
Yes?
No, I don't know if people
can-
like my
We can
music.
give
It doesn't
you wooden
matter.
spoon.
I'm a Nina Simone kind of person.
Nina Simone.
Really?
Yeah, no, I can find something here.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Which one?
What the name of the song is? What's the name of the song?
Which one?
I'm going to search now Nina Simone. And
Oh, Carrie Underwood, Champion.
sure.
That one. That I play for the team all the time.
For inspiration.
Inspiration, motivation. We when our event is done, yeah. And
Carrie-
Champion.
Carrie
Carrie
Underwood.
Underwood,
Champion.
I.E.
Champion.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. So you can do your closing remarks while I
Yes,
configure
while
it.
he
Yeah, yeah.
gets it.
Yeah, so
So next year, you say provisionally 29th to 31st?
not provisionally, it's confirmed. 29 to 31st. You heard it here on Motorzar.
Shout out one
Yes.
time. Chance favors the prepared mind. Yeah?
Yes.
I mean, imagine having your date set. It's almost a year away. We're
Yes,
hardly out of the last event.
No, we set 29 to 31 August. 3 days, we're back at Kyalami and ready to go.
Nah?
Yes.
And what can you tell us? I know what you can't tell us, but what can you tell us?
No,
about
just look out for more brands that so the fans of the brands will not be disappointed. Just look out for more brands, more experiences, just bigger and better on the experiences, even more beautiful urban track, may put it that way. And I'm not going to announce it, but we have a theme, and
Okay.
it's about the community. And you know, I know with Formula One there is a purpose driven, but for us the purpose driven, the driven is the experience, and you feel it, you touch it, you
yeah.
smell it, you want to hold it and cry.
Do you
with
guys
it.
have like concept documents lying around that you
We don't. It's all in. It's all concept documents in our head, but it's just, you know, as we're saying, that festival is about the feelings, and we even had an idea for a podcast where we say from the factory to the fan. That's what happens at festival. It's a whole value
That
chain.
should be a slogan.
That should be our slogan. But when it's right there, it's straight to the consumer, because no matter what happens, the car is manufactured, comes from the factory, a whole lot of stuff is done in between, all the politics at play. socio-economic, all the landscape shifting, but when it gets to festival, that consumer sees it for the first time. And when you're going to drive that car, buy it or upgrade or aspirationally in 20 years, it happens at festival.
And then you've been doing all this traveling since we
Yeah.
haven't been able to pin you down to this chair. So, your show happens once a year.
Yeah.
But clearly preparation is ongoing.
1 year.
Yes.
We start during the event, we're already prepping for the following year. So we need a year of prep, because all the automotive brands on its own, those are powerhouses that are coming to festival, come with their own brand, marketing, promotion, what they want to achieve. So we got to get it right. We don't have a chance to mess up. We have to take that track, chop it up, curate it into those different zones. If it's 4x4, it's got to happen. And the parking, the flow, just for visitors and how you walk. If you end up this stairway, where do you go? We think about every single thing. And Blissful with the hospitality, every step of the way. Even for families now, we had to create a section. If you want to sit there and enjoy it and you want to watch your child going on a carousel and a ride, we do that. That's what we do.
I say less.
And that's it.
Or say less.
Did you find Carrie Underwood
Yeah,
champion?
it's on
Yes.
standby. Are you ready, Judy?
Ready,
We
let's
are,
go.
yeah. The champion.
That's
That
that's a karaoke song,
Is it? I've never heard of
Before
it.
You
you
never
play.
heard it.
I've never
you have
heard
to
of it.
listen to the words.
Let's give her an outro before you play.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Judy Maharaj, people. Check the podcast if you missed it and you just joined us now. It'll be up on YouTube. I'm committing myself tomorrow. This time tomorrow. Have a look-see. I think you're going to enjoy it. Something else. Thank you so much.
No,
Judy.
thank you. Thank you. Sure.
Wow.